So I'm sheeting the pasta for the ravioli with the leftovers from Thanksgiving. So this is going to be the turkey part of it, the turkey stuffing and mashed potato part of it. So obviously I told you guys to have the dough ready. So you can just roll it on out. And then you get it sheeted. And then I'm going to show you how to assemble these. And you can get creative with it. If you have green bean casserole, you can put that in there as well. I don't have that yet. So I'm sheeted and ready to go, locked and loaded. So I'm going to do this the same as the way I did the sweet potato, where I'm going to have, first of all, you have your table or your workspace floured, and then you try to get this as in half as you can. So right there's in half. So right there. That way you don't waste the dough when you have to layer it over on the other side. When you have to flip it back over, you want the least waste as possible. That's always a good way to go. So my first thing, I'm going to use this instead of something smaller for these, because I'm going to try to get Thanksgiving dinner inside of the whole thing. So what you could do to mark it is kind of go, okay, right there, and leave like some faint markings. Then you know how much you can fill, right? So what I'm going to do is turkey first, and then after the turkey, I made sure there was no bones in there, because you don't want that, or a lot of skin actually. You want to keep the meat pretty clean with this. So you got that going, you have your meat down there. Unless you're vegetarian, then just don't add the meat. You know, that's fine too. I hope you can see this okay. So anyway, I can't grab the phone right now because I have the meat in my hands, but I have kind of marked my area with what I'm going to use to cut it. So I know I'm not going to be outside of that with this, which is probably a good idea. You don't want to go all the way through, but kind of just, you know, keep it inside of that circle that you're going to be cutting. Okay, so you have the meat down, right? Now you will do your stuffing. You're going to layer that. This is going to be interesting. And then you can, after you get the stuffing all down there, keep it kind of, like I said, all in the shape that you're going to be cutting it. And I did something else too that I'm kind of excited to try. I'm going to pop one out and just try it just to see. On the top, I'm going to put the mashed potatoes, because those are kind of softer, and so it won't break through that top pasta piece, is my thoughts with that. And then another thing I did is I put some gravy in some those little circular ice cube trays in the freezer. So I want to try to pop those. And you don't have to do that. You can put gravy over the top. I'm going to try to pop those inside the next batch that I do for you guys, and we'll see how that turns out. Have something to clean your hands with so you don't get your dough all jacked up. And then you want to make sure you do your, wetting around the outside of your filling so the dough will stick when you put it together. And let me see if I can get you guys a little closer here to see what I'm doing with the ravioli. Right there. Okay, so we have the turkey, and then the stuffing, and then the mashed potatoes. And then I have some water boiling too, so we're gonna check these out afterwards. See, I'm glad that I didn't do any further out with that because I wouldn't have been able to get these sides tight in, because this is a pretty big ravioli. You can kind of smash the top down with your hand a little bit. I'm not going to put the gravy things in because it's going to be a bit too much, but it's going to be fun. And there we go. This one had a little more space, so the thicker sheets of pasta. Note to self, are a little bit better for this. So there we go with our Thanksgiving dinner pasta. Get out of the way. And make sure the air is all out, because if there's an air bubble, it can break the whole pasta open when it's boiling in the water. After all of this work, it's the last thing you want. So, you know, smash it down once you get all the air out first. So that's why I kind of go around with that. Get the air out, then smash it down so it's tight before you even cut it. So they should be looking nice and tight with no air bubbles in them. Okay, especially with these large ones. So then after that, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. And this thing doesn't like to cut very well, but I'm going to make it happen. So there we go. And this is your big Thanksgiving dinner in a ravioli. And then we'll put it with some, we will put some gravy over top of them, or we'll put gravy actually down on the plate and then do it that way. That one has a little bit of an air bubble. I'm going to squeeze that out now. There we go. And I will be back in a minute after I'm done boiling them. So, ooh, that one broke. That one broke. So you can use that stuff again, though. You don't have to waste it. I mean, it's all going into the same place. So what I want to do is cook these up, though, and see how this is going to work out. So there we go with that. And these stuck together pretty well. Let's see if I can fix that. Maybe, baby. Yeah, that's... Well, you can flip it over and do it that way, too. This one won't be as pretty. You'll just have to put extra gravy on it, I guess. But it's a way to fix it. Not too bad. It kind of has an egg shape. So, yeah, that one. That I healed it. Okay, so I'm going to throw them in the water, and then I'll let you guys know how they turn out. Okay, so I cooked it up. They stayed together perfectly. I put one on a plate to see how I liked that look on the plate with the gravy underneath it. That's okay, but I kind of like it better in a bowl, and then you could put a little bit of herb around it, and then I just have it like in the gravy. It's more brothy, but so it's a big ravioli with Thanksgiving dinner inside of it, and it all stayed together. I'm going to see how, I'm going to get in there, see how it looks when you cut into it. With, oh yeah, it all stayed together. Really nice. So you have all the layers of your turkey and your, your turkey and your mashed potatoes and your stuffing, and it all stayed together in one big ravioli. So there you go for another option for Thanksgiving dinner, leftover ravioli. And if you have green beans, you could put the green beans in there if you wanted to, or on the side, maybe put, you know, the green beans underneath it, and then put your crunchy onions on top or something you get. But you can put all of your Thanksgiving dinner in ravioli, and they are staying together great. So yay, thanks. I hope you enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving.